We're going to make this little video just to show you what I'm showing Jolene at the present moment, and I think that everybody should probably hear the exact same thing. When I got we're making this running board. This is what we've done. We've taken a piece of exhaust pipe, welded it from one end to the other end. We've ground it off. We made it look the way we wanted it to. And when we did that, we would never have gotten a round piece bent like this without doing it the way that we have done it. And that's why we have done it this way. This is a custom running board that we're making for the car. We're smoothing it all off and making it our way. And as we do that, we're making this running board, and I got her to weld the cover on top of the exhaust pipe to finish it off. She was very proud of it, the way she done it, and I was very proud of it too, because she done it exactly like I wanted her to. And I didn't get her to do it the textbook way. I didn't get her to do it that way because I wanted her to do it the way I want her to do it. And the way we did it is, on this running board, the flat piece of metal that comes out laid on the top, I just kind of showed her exactly what I was talking about. As the running board came out and laid on top of the piece of metal, we could have laid it right directly on the top of the exhaust pipe and then weld it, and then half the heat would have been laying on that flat piece of metal, just would have been flat, and all the heat could have went over and could have rippled it and made a sort of a mess out of it. Didn't want that. As it laid over a little bit, as we got it to lay over on the exhaust pipe a little bit, when I clamped it down, that gives you a chance to hit it. And what we did is we clamped it down and then we knocked it over and then we welded it on. And the reason being is we put a bend in the metal. When you bend metal, it makes it stronger. Like when you put something in a brake and you break the edge, it makes it stronger. So what we have done is we've come in and we've bent that edge down over that exhaust pipe to make it stronger. In order to do that, we held it with a C-clamp and then we hit it with a hammer. Got it down, and then we tacked it every 6 inches. As we got welding it on, or as we were going to weld it on, generally we would weld, I'll show you exactly what I mean. Generally, textbook way, if you're lapping a piece of metal, you just weld the two metals together and don't worry about it. Well, that's what it would look like. You'd have 4 welds like that, and we'd weld the edge on. When you ground that off, there still would be an edge of the 18 gauge. There's still an edge there. Unless you ground all the weld off, that's the only way you get rid of it. What I got Jolene to do was not weld it like that. I got her to come weld it down here and run it up to it, and then stop. That's what I got her to do. And that's why it looks like this. That's why it looks like this. All run, see how it run down there, all down like that? She did exactly what I wanted her to do. And the reason being is, it gives me something to work with when I ground it off. If I grind that off, I will not get the ledge on this side. I've already said, if I grind that off, I will not get that ledge. If I weld it like this, then I get to grind it down further and then get to smooth it off and make it so you can't see it. So as I'm up here making this video and showing Jolene, I took the grinder, I took a hard disc, knocked some of it off. Then I showed her how nice a job she really did. There's no, I have no edge to fit, like there's little pinholes, little pockets of weld, maybe a little bit, but I have not ground all the weld off the top of the metal. The metal is not warped one bit. The edge is bent, rolled down, and when I ground it off, I had enough weld product to do that. So when someone comes in or someone looks at the job that we have done when we're finished, wow, awesome welder. Well, Jolene is an awesome welder. She did exactly what I asked her to do so I could get the finish that I wanted. I can show you another thing. I'd like to have wish I had a hole. If I had a hole, a plug weld, and I was going to fill the hole or plug weld the hole up, when I ground it off, and it was empty in there somewhat where the weld didn't get, it wouldn't look that good. If I weld it all up and put a nice big bead on it and penetrate it all in and ground it up, then it really looks nice when you grind it off because you've got enough material. That is what she has done there for me without warping that one bit. As we put this on, people are looking at the door. What are you going to do with the door? What are you going to do? Well, we have to put this piece, leave the door on in order to get the right gap that we want for the running board. Then when the running board is in place, then we can make a door skin for the door. Because we know the running board's in place, and then we can make our gap. We would never take the door off and put a door skin on it and then put it back on the car. Well, that would be foolish because you wouldn't know if it would fit or not. You don't know if you're up or down too much. So the door has to be on the car when you put your door skins on. Also, do not go inside and repair the back side and then put the door skin on. No, don't do that. Come on the outside, repair the outside skin, make it fit the running board, and then do the inside. That way there you know that the door fits the running board. Then there's no mistaking it. Once you do if you do the inside first, then that's going to dictate where you're going with your outside skin. And the inside's got nothing to do with the outside. We have a little piece right here. Well, that's pretty easy. We'll make a little piece that comes down here like this, and we'll weld it to the running board, and then we'll go on the inside of the door and make a little piece and run down to the running board. Then it shuts it off. Grind it up nice so it looks nice. This is another instance right here when we welded the fender on. We did it twice. We welded it on once, then she went back and she bridged the gap to fill in that so she could grind it off and make it look nice. Custom is not, it's not in the box, if you know what I'm saying. It's outside the box. And when I'm thinking about when I weld things on, I'm thinking about using everything that I have, like coat hangers. When I weld things on with coat hangers, I want that material so I'm able to get the job that I want. For someone to beat up on Jolene for showing these welds, that's my fault. But this is the product when you get done. I'd like to see anybody do better.